Welcome to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It's your host with the most. This one says is going to be very interesting. Alright, so first of all, let me start out by saying that Jamaica as a whole, our society is like we're oversexed. You know what I'm saying? Everything is about sex. And you don't notice even in our music is either them sing about guns and killing or them sing about sex. Like there's nothing else to sing about but sex. So here we are. When you think about pedophilia and you think about people going after children, we normally think big man and little girl, right? And these men won't allow these little girls to grow up, and them go after the girl, them target them from a very young age, and these kind of things. Most famous now is like Mackerel, who was a mom at what, 13, babe? Yeah. She was a mom at 13, which even younger had become moms in Jamaica. I actually said that on another video and somebody put in the comment section that that's a lie. No Jamaican girl under 13 ain't having no baby. Yeah, but that person, there was an 11-year-old one, and I did a video on that one as well. There are people that are in denial so much, so bad. It's a shame. But anyway, this one is about female sex predators. So you see, even the woman them now, the big woman them not allowing the little boys to grow. Just like how the big man them not allowing the little girls to grow. So what we have here is a nation of children that are unprotected, and it's just sad. They're not being allowed to grow. Right? I often see it. I've seen videos where, and YouTube actually private one of my videos because of that. Because there was a video clip of a young youth that was dancing, winding up on an older woman, and he was gyrating and acting as if it was in a sexual manner, and YouTube removed my video. Now for us, if I showed it to the average Jamaican, them would have say, yeah man, I dance all that man, someone dance and thing. But in other places in the world, if you're dancing like that by yourself, then someone might say, it's a dance, and stop sexualizing what a child is doing. But when you have a young youth doing that on a grown woman and she's standing there and allow it to happen, then people in other parts of the world look at that in a different way. Like, what in the world? This is... I wouldn't want my child doing that. I wouldn't want my daughter winding up on a grown man like that, and she's minor age, and I wouldn't want my son being put in that position as well. Now, we have a thing in Jamaica where it's like this. If I'm my youth, I give him a dap, give him a pound, big him up. Yeah, my youth, big man thing. That's our culture, whether anybody wants to admit it or not. The truth of the matter is, there are many Jamaican males that share a similar story. So let's get into the story. So between 2013 and 2018, a total of 22 women were arrested for having intercourse with boys that were under 16. At the same time, 129 boys, at the same time, 129 boys, the age of 16, were victims of assault sexually in the same time period. In fact, according to data from Jamaica Constabulary Force Statistics and Information Management Unit, between 2013 and 2018, a total of 53 females, grown women, were arrested for sexual assault, on which 33 were arrested for the offense of actually completing the intercourse with the victims that were under 16. Also, up to March 9th of this year, 2019, one female had been arrested for having intercourse with a male that was under 16 years old. The Jamaica Observer spoke with several adult men who recounted their first time having sex, most of whom did not consider their encounter as abuse. So, let me tell you right now that YouTube is very stringent on how we use words. So I can't just keep on saying sex, 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 and sex, sex, sex throughout the thing. More than likely they're going to flag my video. So if I edit this video and you see me say something like, and a blank come up, just know something I talk about. Or I will probably use another thing like the 3-letter word. So from now on, every time I say the 3-letter word, you'd already know what it is. Okay? So according to one 30-year-old who is now the father of 2 children, he had the 3-letter word. Yeah, all that, yeah, babe, but use dugu dugu, a real country girl, you know. Alright, so according to one 30-year-old male who is now the father of 2 children, he had the dugu dugu for the first time at the age of 12 with his aunt, who was actually babysitting him. Now, I don't know why I babysit at 12 years old, you know. She was watching the child because can't get babysit because he's a baby, but anything after that, you're not babysitting, you're watching a child, right? Now imagine that, a family member. And that's often the narrative of the story. That's why me over here upon SouFLoTV keep telling people, say, me no trust nobody roll me picnic them. And I urge you to do the same. I don't give a damn. Me no care for my brother. I don't care if it's my sister. I don't care who. I don't even care if it's Nani's brothers. You see my daughter? I don't care if it's her brothers. Because I've heard those stories before. You understand? So you don't trust nobody. Uncle so-and-so can't make my daughter sit down on his knee, lap, nothing. Can't even hug her like that. So anyway, I didn't know what was going on, he said. It was just like, oh, she asked me, oh, anybody ever touched you there so before? I said, no. She said, you want me to? I said, I don't know. And she just did it. And just as the act was going on, she was like, I think you like it. I think you would like it. So I didn't see it as abuse at the time. The father of 2, who is 30 years old now, this happened to him at 12, recounted. I was coerced into doing it. And after it happened, I got addicted to the 3-letter word. Especially during my teenage years and broke out. I wanted to have the 3-letter word as often as I could, and I wanted to try new things and almost anything. I was almost insatiable at the time for women. He said, it was not until later on that I realized that what had really happened to me. So when you see some girl broke out at a certain age, she reached 15, 16 and gone. 14, 15 and gone. It's because sometimes of things like these. And they don't know how to process these things at that age. All they know is that they're filled with conflicting feelings. Because we all know that the 3-letter word, it feel good. Now, I don't know about the first time for a female might be some feeling of pain or whatever, but after she get used to, because she get regular with the 3-letter word, then it feels good. So now you're conflicting because you're like, but it feels so good, but as somebody who's not supposed to be doing it, and I'm not the age that I'm supposed to be, but like all these conflicting feelings, and but if me tell nobody not gonna believe me, but if me don't tell me can't do it again, but me, like all this confusion, a world of confusion is what takes over a child after a child goes through this. So he said that while he was in high school, boys would trade stories about their 3-letter word encounters, and a few of his friends shared their first time, that their first time was either with a domestic helper, the helper of the house, or with relatives. Or that's cousin or auntie or them kind of something there. It was almost common, and back then it was seen like a bragging rights because a big woman. But it was not until I was at university that I recognized that this was abuse, he said. Adding that as a now imagine how many never actually get to the point of going to a university to receive higher education and some kind of intervention, some kind of place where you go to higher learning, higher thinking, and then you're forced to come to terms with Oh man, so that's what that was. So that was not okay. That was, and they're thrown into a life of lower education, thinking that stuff like this is normal. Me not care for my uncle, me not care for my older cousin, me not care for who, you know, and they become promiscuous in life, kind of thing. And it all starts from here. He said back then it was almost common. And it wasn't until he went to university that he realized that it was wrong. Adding that as a parent, he limits the people who he allows to babysit his children now. One 62-year-old shared that he lost his V word, the V, urge, at the age of 14 to a woman that was in her 20s. He too did not think that he was three-letter word abused, but he viewed the experience as an encounter that led to three-letter word satisfaction. Another woman who is now 31, another man who is now 31 years old told the Observer that his first three-letter word encounter at age 17 was with a woman who was 21 years old. Now that's kind of sticky right there, because the legal consent age, now this, listen to me, the legal consent age, I'm not saying it's okay, I'm saying it's what it is. The legal consent age in Jamaica is 16. So if him reach 17, he's already reached legally the consent age. So 17 and 21 is really not that far apart. It's far apart in thinking. It's far apart, but then again, it depends on the individual. Because you have some 21-year-olds that really think like 15, 16. They're stuck in that early teenage year mentality. And then you have some 17-year-olds that really think like 23, 25. Whether life had forced them to grow up and they had experienced so much that they're now more mature early. Then, you know, so I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that 17 to 21, they, you know, really add up. But he also did not consider it to be any kind of three-letter word exploitation. And today, he credits his level of experience and three-letter word prowess to that early exposure. So he's saying that today I'm a stuller, today I'm good, and he's good like that today because him start get the experience from early. You see what I'm saying? So, under Article 34 of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, which Jamaica signed and ratified, government should protect children from all forms of three-letter word exploitation and abuse. Article 1 of the same convention defines a child as a person below the age of 18. How could that define a child as a person below the age of 18, but our legal consent age is 16? So we are legally consenting 16-year-olds to, you see this? The confusion. Unless the laws of a particular country sets the legal age of adulthood younger. Under the Child Care and Protection Act in Jamaica, a child is anyone under the age of 18. Also, one of the protections afforded to children under the Act is protection from three-letter word abuse. For example, when an adult, including family members, molests a child or has three-letter word with a child. The result of a Ministry of Health survey scheduled to be released on Thursday of this week will show that more than 20% of Jamaican boys have engaged in their first three-letter word act by the time they are 12 years old. They had already done that. Now, I am a Jamaican boy. I'm a Jamaican man that was a Jamaican boy. And I can tell you that if it's from my experience, then this is probably accurate. True. Maybe I should do a story time. You know what? I'm going to do a story time. Look out for that story time here, because I'm going to tell in this story time exactly what happened. Now, the Ministry 2017 Knowledge, Attitude, Behavior and Practice, KAPB, survey will show that 22.3% of boys reported having engaged in three-letter by age 12. Now, I would dare to say that that number, 22.3%, is way higher. They're probably trying to save face because we can't handle too much one time. Too much killing a go on. Too much young gal a get pregnant. Now we have a society where man them now left the little girl them alone, but now we have the woman them now left the little boy them alone too. And not only are our females unsafe, but our little males are unsafe as well. It's just too much. So someone is trying to save face here by putting out that low number. But I'm willing to bet that that number is significantly higher than what it is here. I don't know what it is that a woman sees in a little boy. Just like I don't know what it is that a grown man sees in a little girl. And I'm not off that mind frame, but having studied human psychology and abnormal psychology, I can probably come up with a theory. A similar study was done in the United States and published in JAMA Pediatrics last month, and it revealed that 3.6% to 7.6% of boys reported having the three-letter word before the age of 13 in the US as well. So the US is saying it's 3.6 to 7.6 here, and Jamaica is saying for them it's 22.3 to 22.5% there. Significantly higher. The two of them are lie. A total of 7.6% of the early 20,000 high school males in one study reported having the three-letter word before the age of 13. A study of 20,000. And in that 20,000, wow. So you see what I'm saying? Mothers right now, if you're a big woman and you watch SouFLoTV and you look on your youth, look at him as a potential victim or someone that has already been through it. That's all I'm going to say to you. Now for you to start still thinking when him reach 15 we are going to have the talk. You late. You so late when you start talking to them, they just laughing inside like, oh, mommy, no hurry up and don't talk, man. Let me go get to that. The three-letter word. They probably can school you on a few things. Believe it or not. Anyhow, boy, 7,700 males in the second study, 7,700 males between the ages of 15 and 24 years old. The figure was 3.6%. So nobody now bother with you from you reach 15 to 24, that age there. If you go look your own age, them want below 15. Oh wow. In the United States, the prevalence of boys having intercourse before 13 varied by race, ethnicity, geographic location, with non-Hispanics and black and Hispanic male adolescent more likely than their white peers to have had the three-letter word relations before becoming teenagers. Maybe because more white people are more privileged and more white people are more protective of their children because there's a lot of poverty here and black people don't really make up a great percentage. Although you see us everywhere, we're a small percentage of the population of the US, right? And within that small population percentage, we make up majority of their prisons. So you can do the math as far as everything else that goes with that. Broken homes, daddy not around, children loose, the music, all kind of stuff. Drugs, drinking, smoking, just all kinds of things at an early age goes on here. I was raised here, so I can tell you. Now, the launch of the full KAPB survey will show the highest risk behavior of young people. The survey also looked at other verifiables including multiple three-letter word partners, casual three-letter word encounters, transactional encounters, and low condom use. All these are in that study. And black youths top the list. Casual encounters. Just do it just to do it. I don't like you, you don't like me. we will never have a long-term relationship. Won't be no marriage, making of a family or anything here. You just look good, so me just want some. And I think that is one of the reasons why I hate dancehall music that puts that in the song. Like, if I'm bigging up an artist, the minute they drop a song like that, I just totally gravitate away from them. Because I know how damaging it could be. And like I said before, it's put into the music, just that casual 4-letter word now. Because it gone from 3-letter word to the 4-letter word. You know what 4-letter word I'm talking about. Start with F and end with K, man. Anyway, according to the survey, when it comes to the age of 3-letter word initiation, boys outstrip girls, with only 2.2% of girls reported having engaged in the 3-letter word for the first time by the age of 12. I don't know about all that. The median age for first 3-letter word among boys is 15. That's the median age, versus 17 for girls. With the figures in the 2017 KAPB survey remaining largely unchanged since 2012. Well, here we are. Going off that. I'm just going off that. In the meantime, the statistics from the JCF also revealed that between 2013 and 2018, there were 489 male victims of 3-letter word assault that were under 18 years old. You heard that. The year 2013 recorded the highest number, with 110 reports being made, with 2018 recording 36 victims. So 118 reports were made in that 1 year. Between 2013 and 2018, it totaled to 489 males. And out of that, it was only 36 that were considered victims. So somebody saw it serious enough to go do a report. I don't know if them parents catch them and say, me I go tell. But because the youth go up there and say, no, never happened to me. Me don't know what mommy I talk about. Them drop the charges. I don't know how they came to these numbers, but that's a staggering number of 489 males, which means the women are very much on top of it. No pun intended. The offense against the boys over the 6-year period include buggery, grievous 3-letter word assault, incest, 3-letter word exploitation, 3-letter word grooming, 3-letter word intercourse with persons under 16, and 3-letter word touching or interference. These numbers. Wow. And for this article, you can go check out the Jamaica Observer. And the title of that article is Female 3-letter word Predators. Alright? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. It's SouFLoTV. I'll meet you in the comment section where we can continue to talk about this. And please remember that YouTube is being very stringent on how we word things. Okay? So you be very careful on how you word things as well. I'm out. Peace.